DC tonight, so let's give it up for my friend who is coming to talk to you about how he still plans to change the world. My name is Reverend Wendy Hamilton, and I am a delegate candidate for United States Congress here in DC, and I'm also a good friend of my friend, Andrew Yang. Please give it up for him as he comes to talk to you about how he's going to change the world.
There's some people who are here who did work very hard on the campaign. Raise your hand if you were part of the 2020 presidential campaign. There's some of you. Some of you. That was a magical time. So grateful. And when I was writing my book, I was trying to unpack all the experiences I had running for president. I did approximately zero reflecting while I was running for president. Because when you run for president, your schedule is regimented, you're surrounded by people who are like, you have to do this next, do this next, do this next. I compared it to being like a blunt instrument, where you just became like a hammer, and then someone directed you towards a nail and was like, hit this, hit that, record this ad, talk to this person, do this media appearance. So anytime I had some downtime, like there was zero journaling, zero any of that. And so when the campaign ended, it was like, it's like one of those movie scenes where, you know, when like there's this crowd of hundreds of horsemen riding, like what's your favorite movie of this time? Maybe Braveheart, something along those lines? Those of you who are with me on the presidential campaign remember that energy. Late 2019, early 2020, oh my gosh. We'd raised $16.5 million in the fourth quarter. Everywhere I went, people were like, yay, where's my $1,000? And we're like, oh, we're gonna go get it for you. It's lying in the cornfields of Iowa. You wanna come with us to go get it? So we'd go, we'd fight it out, and it felt like we were on this incredible chivalrous charge on horseback, riding and riding. It was just so much energy. It was like nothing like it. Like everywhere I'd go, you know, groups like this would be in towns in Iowa. I mean, it would be literally like half the town would be there. Won the Iowa Youth Poll. I'm the first candidate in the history of presidential politics to win the Iowa Youth Poll and not win Iowa. Apparently they let non-young people vote in Iowa. And the Andrew Yang vote went off a bit of a cliff. So it felt like we were this heroic group on horseback, riding. And then when we hit that caucus night, hit the New Hampshire primary night, it was like the horses disappeared. Where all of a sudden we're like rolling around in the ground looking for our helmets. That's the way it felt. And so when I came off of that experience, I returned to civilian life, sort of. But immediately I was like, I have to try and document this stuff. Because I just had the craziest journey. And I wanted to unpack what the heck, not just had happened, but what it meant. I wasn't even sure what it meant at that point. No, and when I was running for president, I was so laser focused. I said to myself, you know what, if we work our hearts out, we could accelerate the end of poverty in our time by some period of time. I don't know by how many years, maybe a generation. And so that was my sole focus. God bless Evelyn for staying married to me during this time. And then when it ended, I was literally like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. Like now that this mission that I was hell-bent on. So one of the things that happened was someone suggested to me I should write a book. And you all have the book in your hands in front of you, some of the first to have it. And the book was meant to try and translate my experiences, but also translate my experiences in a way that would have some meaning and impact. Because at heart, I'm a solutions-oriented problem solver type. And I wanted to try and figure out how we could actually build a wave that would succeed. How we could build a charge that would actually be able to overrun the defenses and the battlements and everything else. And that's what this book is about. The book is about how to actually make big positive things happen in our country in a sustainable way. And it turns out that right now it's not designed to do a whole heck of a lot of that. I don't know if you've gathered that. How many of y'all work in politics here in DC? your hand. Don't be ashamed. Oh, no, not many people who work in politics, so maybe I can speak more bluntly about it. They suck, no. So we're at a tough time in American life where if everyone acts reasonably, we're fucked. You know what I mean? I want you to gather what I'm trying to convey. Is if everyone does what their incentives suggest that they should do, we are doomed. And that was one of the big lessons I got from my presidential campaign and even the months thereafter. So when I started running for president, I was this anonymous Asian guy, still Asian, less anonymous. And I said, you know what, we should make universal basic income happen, we're gonna make this thing happen. I was on a panel with Mayor Michael Tubbs, who's mayor of Stockton at the point. Raise your hand if you know who Michael Tubbs is. Michael Tubbs, heroic, young mayor, graduated from Stanford, went back to his hometown in Stockton, has been a champion of basic income. So we're on a panel together talking about basic income. And I say things like, hey, we should give everyone money, you know, automation's coming, run for your lives, robots, AI, etc. Give everyone money. At the end of the panel, Michael Tubbs comes over to me, whispers in my ear, and he says, Andrew, you could say shit I could never get away with. Because if a young black mayor went around saying, give everyone money, everyone would be like, want to throw him out of the room. But if the magical Asian man from the future says, give everyone money, then everyone's like, oh, maybe I should hear this man out. So that's the way the campaign began, really, was my having this message and saying, I'm going to try and bring this to a lot of people, and I think I can do it. And I thought that, you know, there's a chance that it failed, but if it did fail, I could live with that. You know, I looked at my downside risks. My risks were time away from my family, opportunity costs, my reputation, and total humiliation. Those were the downsides. Lingering in there was a concern that I would say something career-ending. So maybe I just throw that in the total humiliation bucket. Yeah. So those are the downsides, and I was like, okay, what are the upsides? The advancement of human civilization, the acceleration of the end of countless, like millions of people suffering for no reason, like furthering of the human condition. And so if you have that as your potential upside, and then you look at the downside, one thing you'll notice about the downside is it all applied just to me. you know what I mean? And then the upside was so immense, and I thought, well, any reasonable person would take this bet, would take this challenge. So I took on that challenge, we did a lot of good, and I thought at the time the problem was that no one had heard of universal basic income before. How many of you were at that point where you heard of universal basic income because of my campaign? Raise your hand if that's you. That's most people here, right? Before that, it was a relatively narrow, niche-y, esoteric idea. I know, it's crazy, she can't believe it. I thought the problem was that we didn't know about universal basic income, is that if we knew, then we would pass it and the problem would be solved. Now, 55% of Americans are for universal basic income or some version of that. 80% are for cash relief during the pandemic, and yet we don't have it. Not even close. Getting closer, love the child tax credit, love the checks. Made a lot of good. So why is it that most of us can want something and we still don't get it? Incentives. Okay. Goes back to those incentives. So if you look at what's happening in our system right now, everyone's going to act rationally. What is the approval rate of Congress nationwide right now? 28%. Rousing 28%. What's the re-election rate for individual members of Congress? 92%, 94%, somewhere in that range. How can this be that 3 out of 4 Americans can be upset about Congress, and yet the vast majority of members will just get re-elected back in? It's because 83% of the seats in our country are safely Democratic or safely Republican. If you get to the general, you win. The only thing you have to worry about is getting challenged in the primary. About 10 to 20% of people vote in the primary, generally weirdos, don't let anyone tell you otherwise. So, what you have to do is you have to fear a challenge among the weirdos in your district. And so what you'll do is you'll just try to placate them and be like, look, let me just avoid that. If I avoid that, then I get to the general, I win. Those are my incentives. So then when you're in Congress, you will adhere very, very strictly to whatever the party's doing, because if you fall out of line with the party, then the odds of you getting primaried and challenged go up, and then your job security starts to dwindle a little bit. If you just stay in line, get your $1 million, $3 million, $4 million moat, you will be a member for as long as you want. Those are the incentives as they're currently arrayed. The incentives are going to grind us to dust because you have this two-sided duopoly, and that if everyone does what their incentives demand, nothing will happen positive, at least very little will happen positive, while our way of life continues to erode, disintegrate. Eventually we'll turn on each other too, well before then, because polarization at this point is at Civil War levels. You can all feel it probably. And again, that's because of these political incentives that are rewarding the extremes, but also our media incentives, because media orgs will just help turn us into ideological camps. This is CNN. No, I'm kidding. I worked at CNN. I have a lot of love for a lot of the people there. But the different media organizations will separate us into ideological camps, and then social media will just pour fuel on top of everything. This will just get worse and worse as we go, thus leading us to 2021, where we are right now. So these are the things that I learned and unpacked after my race ended, after I started digging into the problems, why we're literally going insane. And then I set about, in true Yangian fashion, to figure out, okay, like what the heck could you do that would actually solve this? And believe it or not, I found the fix. As usual, I didn't think of it. Most everything I'm out there beating the drums on, someone else came up with it. Just like UBI, not really me. So first to say Thomas Paine, MLK, Milton Friedman, and others. So this idea comes again, believe it or not, from the great state of Alaska. I know, you say Alaska, you just think petroleum dividend. Like what's the oil of the 21st century? Data. We got their data check. But no, it's something else. Yes. So Lisa Murkowski has been in the news a lot. Senator Lisa Murkowski. Raise your hand if you all know why Senator Lisa Murkowski is in the news a lot. If you don't raise your hand, then you're really not into politics, and I congratulate you. So Senator Lisa Murkowski holds this distinction. She is the only Republican senator to vote to impeach Donald Trump, who is also up for re-election next year. Her approval rating among Alaskan Republicans now stands at 6%. Alaskan Republicans are deeply displeased with Senator Lisa Murkowski. So why is it that she made this principled stand? Incentives. Alaska last year got rid of the closed party primary and went to an open primary and ranked choice voting. So that now Senator Murkowski can take her case to the broad Alaskan public, say to 51% of Alaskans, look, I did what I thought was right, I'm doing a good job, keep me around, instead of having to go through the 20% of the most extreme people in her district. This is the answer we've all been waiting for. If we do what they did in Alaska and other states around the country, just like that, our political leaders would become more rational, more reasonable, more principled, more courageous, more prone to compromise, because we will have changed their incentives. And in 24 states around the country, we can do it without an act of Congress, without even the state legislators in that state. We can do it by just getting enough of us together, passing a ballot initiative saying we would prefer it if you had to get majority public support instead of just the support among the most hyper-partisan among us. This is the answer. This is how we're going to unlock our country from the madness that currently afflicts it. And oh, by the way, this is how we're going to pass universal basic income in real life. Because if legislators had to appeal to the broad population, you know what they'd find out? People like money. Just be like, hey, do you like this money thing? Yeah, I'm a fan. I like it. So if the campaign and universal basic income was the what, now I'm focused on the how. And that's what Forward is about. That's what the Forward Party is about. You've all probably seen Andrew Yang leaves the Democratic Party, starts a third party. I had someone scream out to me the other day, no, just yesterday, because I've only been independent for 2 days. Just literally just yelled at me in the street, "Hey, independent!" And I was like, I like this. I like this feeling. So we're going to unite reform-minded Democrats, independents, reform-minded Republicans, and try to build this unifying, popular, positive movement to realign our legislators and senators so they match up with ours, the American people. What do you all think, DC? That's the mission. I hope you'll join me in this. We're going to have a blast. It's even going to take us back to Iowa, where I'm heading at the end of this month. You don't have to come. But if we can actually talk to our fellow Americans and say, look, the reason we're going mad is because we're being set up. We're being manipulated. We're being pitted against each other. People are making hundreds of millions of dollars off of our anger, our fear, our outrage. And we've had enough. We'll focus on the real problems, which are not our fellow Americans. We're going to line it up so that our government will actually work for us again, the people of this country, and help move us not left, not right, but forward, which is where millions of us want to go if we will only lead them there. Thank you all very much, Washington, D.C. I love you all. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. I also do want to give a shout out to one of my favorite people in the world, a fellow presidential candidate from the trail, Miss Marianne Williamson. Marianne, do you want to come up and say anything?
You were great. Pardon? No, you look great, always. But you were great, and I'm in. I think you're right. I think clearly the duopoly. You know, why do we have 14 brands of toothpaste and only 2 brands of political candidates? And I think everybody realizes that, and I've been someone, like I'm sure many people here, living with a conundrum. I don't think the problem is unknown, but we don't want to be Jill Steins. Not that I like her as a person, by the way, but I think everybody realizes there's a real risk there. I would assume nobody here wants to help re-elect Donald Trump. But I admire you, and I think you're right. We've got to just go for it. If you look at any other country, any other advanced democracy, they have many different political parties. Our founders did not form a parliamentary system, which is interesting in and of itself. And therefore, so many people with so many ideas that are not represented in Congress, not only because of the incentives, because of the money in politics, but because there really is no party structure to allow us to. When I was young, that was called the Democratic Party, and many of us now sadly realize that is not the Democratic Party because of the corporatists who now lead it. So I'm with you. It's risky, but I admire you for doing it, and my hat's off to you.
Does this mean Marianne Williamson is in the Forward Party? Does this mean that Marianne Williamson is in the Forward Party? Because I don't know if that's official. I couldn't really help. I'm going to take a couple of questions. Well, let's give Marianne Williamson another round. And there's a passage in my book about Marianne. She's lovely. She's like an incredibly elevated human. So Marianne hinted at this, or said it directly. Right now, our system is set up to fail us on multiple fronts. And there are many people who are concerned about the rise of authoritarianism because of Donald Trump. The Founding Fathers would be horrified at our current setup. They were anti-faction, they were anti-partisan, and if you were to have political parties in this country, they would certainly want many more than 2. If you look at other democracies around the world, as Marianne said, how many political parties does the UK have? 5. Sweden, 8. Netherlands, 18. If you have a system like that and one party succumbs to bad leadership, it's a problem, but it's not an existential threat, you know what I mean? You have one of your 8 parties have a crazy person at the head, and you're like, wow, that party's gone crazy. but that doesn't mean that party that controls the government is just one crazy party out of 8. Unfortunately, we have 2 major parties, and the Democratic Party, which I've been a part of for 26 years, the Republican Party now are taking on these kind of 2 sides of the coin, and it's very, very dark, where the Republican Party has taken on this anti-institutionalist energy, and the Democrats have taken on this kind of defend the institution energy. But the truth is the institutions have major problems. And so the Democrats are being backed into a point where they have to defend institutions that have massive problems, and the Republicans keep on getting more force and energy behind it. And so that's where we're stuck right now. In many ways, what I want the Forward Party to be is I want it to be a party that makes the system more resilient. Again, you would never set up a system like this. If you were to set up a system, would you ever have just 2 parties just clashing all the time? At a minimum, you'd have 3, right? Because then you at least have this tiebreaker party who could settle things. You know what I mean? So you want to make the system more sustainable, more resilient, and not make it seem like it's like a partisan one side or the other. It's like the system itself is what needs to change. We need to strengthen the system. Now there's no money behind this argument. You know what I mean? There's like no one saying it's like, hey, I'm gonna like make tons of money. And this is going to be one of my fun challenges over the next number of weeks and months, is I'm gonna put money behind this argument. One of my jokes on the trail was it doesn't mean anything if there's no money involved, which is it's a bad joke, but it's one reason why I started just giving money away to people on the trail. But the sensible system fix argument is something that we're going to get resources behind. We're going to make it so that if someone's aligned with that, they can actually start to compete and contend. Because it's the system itself that needs to get modernized and changed. It's not one party or another, it's just the system is designed to fail. All right, I'm going to take some questions from some non-presidential candidates. Yes, you said your hand up.
I think in theory it's a good idea to have a third party, but like, I guess how realistically do you think, I guess what is your plan to get the majority of Americans to support a third party versus Republican or Democrat? Rucha?
So when I ran for president, I spoke the way I'm speaking to you now, and it was a strange fit for political audiences, because it turns out that there's like a political mode of expression that people are accustomed to. Just throw partisan red meat, and everyone's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I came up and was like, automation jobs, 4 million, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, oh. So I'm leading this to say that this language that I naturally traffic in isn't necessarily customary political language, but has a very, very strong appeal to a certain body of Americans who really like facts and rationality, someone said in the back. What percentage of Americans do you think this describes? Maybe 100% of this room, but 20, what did you say? 5? It's got a very low estimation.
It's going to be 80.
So let's stipulate it's between 5 and 20%, something along those lines.
Right.
So, Rucha, a couple of numbers. 62% of Americans now say they want a third party. Independents now outnumber Democrats and Republicans about 2 to 1. The problem is that independents are typically not very organized. They're not big joiners, and they are kind of aligned with one camp or the other, even though they're technically independents. So what we have to do is activate approximately 10% of Americans around this platform. And if we can do that, then we'll have so much energy to be able to influence various races and policy. And if you look at what's happened at the Senate level right now, you have these 2 camps, and then you have 2 senators in the middle who hold all the cards and have all the control. It's called the fulcrum theory. So if you wanted, hypothetically, for the Forward Party to have outsized influence, how many senators would we need? 1. You know what I mean? You get 10% of Americans nationwide, you go into a purple state and you push a particular race, you can get 1 senator, which at this point would actually be enormously powerful and influential. So I'm a practical sort. We're going to play in Democratic primaries and Republican primaries, and a lot of people who run are not going to be officially forward party because that doesn't get you any more votes in a lot of places. But they'll be, if they're aligned with our principles, they'll be forward party in essence, and then we can start to make meaningful reforms. So you don't need 50%, you just need the 10% of people that love this stuff to get energized. Other question. Let's go toward the middle or the back. I'd feel bad if I was just calling out people in the front. Man in the Yang shirt.
Hi. All right, so I'm a hardcore Democrat, so watch out. I have a lot of sympathy, even though I'm a very active Democrat, to say the least. I did a lot of what you're saying appeals to me for multiple reasons, because I am a former independent, and then because of George Bush, that pushed me over the line, and now I do think of it as a one-party system. My Twitter account is forward progressive, so now maybe I'll become a forward Democrat. And Obama's campaign slogan in 2012 was forward, and I think he appealed to people like me who were not super ideological, that kind of wanted a broad coalition. So but now I'm kind of in an interesting situation because I don't know exactly what the particulars are of this new party. I do not want to elect another Trump. I guess I'm curious how you plan to handle running candidates, because I could see you running against a Republican in a deep red district when there are some districts where no Democrat runs. So I'm perfectly happy with you giving that a shot. But do you have a plan in terms of, okay, we're going to get ranked choice voting, which I love, because I think it helps Democrats, frankly. Like Al Gore's situation. But what are you thinking in terms of going beyond these ballot initiatives?
Well, thanks for the question. Ranked choice voting would help a lot of things work a lot better. It gets rid of the spoiler effect you're describing, it gets rid of the entire fear and argument that you're going to elect another Trump type figure. So that's a modernization of the process that I think everyone can get excited about, and anyone who's in a minority party should get excited about it. It's really everyone. Any reform-minded Democrat, anyone who wants the system to work better and be stronger. One of the examples I use is that if the Republicans had been using ranked choice voting during the primary in 2016, Trump probably doesn't win, because he's getting 35-40% of votes against 7 other candidates, and so he's crushing them. But that was all he was going to get. Like, there weren't many people that were like, after Jeb Bush, then it's Trump. That wasn't what their ballot was going to look like. So if you make the process change, you actually can fix a lot of these problems. And the argument to Democrats should be like, look, let's make the system more resilient, better. Like you said, like avoid the Al Gore situation. And that should be a winning argument. So that should be the way we lead. But we're going to play in different races, often in the primaries, because that's where most all of the action is. So if there's a reform-minded Republican who's forward, we'll endorse them against the Republican in the primary, and try and get the right people elected in various ways. That's one of the fun things about this. We can play on both sides of the aisle. And I'm going to suggest to you all that if you wanted to make a difference, playing on the Republican side of the aisle might be more impactful right now than on the Democratic side. We'll keep wandering toward the back.
Hi, my name is Dan. I'm former executive director of the Libertarian Party. We actually chatted 2 years ago. We were LibertyCon. 50 state ballot access is something that older Republicans and Democrats and Libertarians have ever achieved. Talking about Jill Stein, Greens have never had 50 state ballot access. What makes you think that you'd be able to put together a party-wide organization where the parties will actively be working against you, as they have against every other significant third party that has risen up?
It's funny. Someone in the Libertarian Party was like, I support you, Yang, and I look forward to watching you pull your hair out trying to get ballot access at 50 season. To your argument. It's a significant challenge. My campaign, thanks to some of the people here, did get us on the presidential Democratic ballot in all 50 states, so we do have energized volunteers in a lot of different places. But it's the kind of logistical challenge that we need to try and confront and overcome. I will say that people are very, very obsessed with the 24 presidential race anytime someone says the words third party. And most of the action, in my mind, occurs well before then or locally or the rest of it. Like I'm very, very much focused on 22, and the fact that people are already fast forwarding to 24, it's not the way I'm thinking or approaching this at all.
Thank you.
Oh, you like that? Very animated, so animation was the day. Go ahead.
Good evening, Andrew. During the presidential campaign, you always talked about the data and how so many high-tech companies, big companies were stealing our data and using that and basically manipulating us. And I know you stand really strong in that position, and I'm sure that you will during your forward party. I just noticed that it's, excuse me, worse than ever. I'm getting 9 or 10 text messages a day from places that I've done business with or I haven't, or they pretend they're different companies. I can't even begin to tell you how much spam it is, and I'm like, it seems like every time you do something, order something, whatever, you're getting messages, and it's very obvious, even more so than when you were on the presidential campaign. It's even more obvious to me now that this is such a big issue of our data being abused and misused. And I'm sure you still have a strong position on that. And in the new forward party, it's just what are your thoughts and plans on how we can address that problem?
Well, thank you for this question. It's on a lot of people's minds in national news right now. Our data should be ours. It is getting worse and worse. There's the economic value that's getting extracted from us in the form of 200 billion plus a year. But I think the bigger problem is really our mental health, where we're getting treated like rats in a maze more and more. And the recent whistleblower from out of Facebook, God bless her, she did something very brave. But I have to say, the testimony, I was a little bit like, that's news? It's like, Facebook is like bad for you. So says whistleblower. Facebook has known that Facebook is bad for you. It's like, you could just ask anyone and be like, hey, Facebook's bad for you. Like, yeah, I know that. It's like, no, seriously. You're like, they have been hiding it from us. It's like, it's a sign of just how backward and behind the times our government has been on a lot of these issues. Our government is stuck in the past. It's one reason why one thing the Forward Party is for is term limits, because people should not be coming to this town and then forever, running the gun. By the way, 75% of Americans agree with that. It's common sense. Everyone's like, yeah, go there, do some good work, come back, all to the good. The counter arguments are weird. But we should know that this country has become a gerontocracy, and the gerontocracy doesn't know shit about Facebook. That's really what you could boil it down to. You know what I mean? It's like, I put you in charge of it, you'd have Facebook regulated the next day. You'd be like, hey guys, we're in charge now. What should we do about Facebook? Maybe we should have them not be a black box about all of their practices and data while they have $1 trillion franchise and control our minds. Maybe that would be a good starting point. Be like, oh. It's obvious measures, you know what I mean? That's really where we've devolved to in this country. That if this group of people, I would take you over the U.S. Congress like that. Seriously. Not just Facebook, I all sorts of things. It's just that our government has become so institutionalized and surrounded by these barnacles of money and power and influence. It's like this rusted octopus where it's like, oh, don't move, because if you move, I'm gonna lose $100 million. But oh, okay, let me stay very still then. Okay. Can I still keep my job? Okay. That's the U.S. government in a nutshell. Fuck this shit. That's an appropriate note for us to end on, because I really want to meet you, take photos, and sign some books. Thank you all so much for being here. Let's move this country forward. Where am I signing books?
Wasn't he great? loves to speak, he even more loves to meet and greet and sign books. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to make this not too much of a logistical nightmare. We are going to have you line up on this wall. We're going to come in front. Now, please be careful of the stairs here. But the line is going to come in front of the stage to get your book signed and then go around. Does everybody understand that okay? All right, I can't see all the way to the back, but if you want to begin calmly and orderly, lining up here, even along this side, the bottom row.
What's good, stream? How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for tuning in here.
Please go around. I'm sorry.
We're in Washington, D.C.
He promises.
with Andrew Yang.
Toward the back, if you're up in the front, if you don't mind. We'll make this as quick and efficient as possible. Hey, who's jumping in front over there? All right, can we okay, yes. Yes, can you push this table back just a little bit? Yep, push that one back just a little bit. Don't knock it down. Push that back just a little bit. Fantastic. All right.
Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, move that chair. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. Then we will start right here. Go ahead. And we'll flow that way. All right.
Yes, Patrick, he is. Darla said, "Where's Matt's signature line?" Oh, Darla.
Talk to him. Which is? Devin. There's only one Devin with an O. Okay. That's DJK 29.
I'll look for you.
It's all right.
Thanks to meet you. All right. So, what's happening, stream? It's been a long time since we've been here on YouTube, but we are back, and we are better than ever, ready to rock and roll. Taking Q&A right now. Mark said, "Julian taking my job." Shake my head. Think said, "Parties who refuse to support policies want to spoil themselves. It's not the fault of those who want change." Someone said, "Is Julian in front of you?" Maybe. Darla said, "How did you get so skinny?" It's a combination of drugs, cigarettes, and alcohol. No, but it's good to, be back, see everybody. See, no, everyone in here is wearing masks, bro. But also, look, tertiary, look. To get inside, everybody had to have one of these. So everybody in here is vaccinated. Because you had to show your vax card to get in. Yo, what is up, Frankie Bean? Good to see you. I am coming. Wait, am I? I don't know. When is the Philly one? Dude, I probably won't, to be honest. I don't think I'll be able to make it. Because I just have so much work to do. Like, I literally live like 30 minutes from DC, so this was just perfect for me. But I want to go back to Iowa. That'd be fun. I don't know what that means, Darla. My mom got to ask a question. So special. Dude, and who thought Marianne Williamson would be here? What a surprise. So, I'm confused. Did Marianne reject Andrew? Is that what happened? Who saw the part where Marianne Williamson was here? Was that a rejection or a yes? Yeah, tertiary. Yeah, Dan, I could have checked out your restaurant. Yeah, it looked like a rejection to me too. Yeah, Mark. I got you, Luis. Yo, what is up, Julie Key? Oh, sweet, Dan. At a hospital. You must do a lot of cooking then. We got the fist bump. And yes, Skyhole, I did use hand sanitizer. Yo, what is up, Gildes Asokiva. I apologize, I pronounced that wrong. I do not think so, Vaughn. I apologize. Are they getting a new logo? Probably not. Any chance to come to New Hampshire? Maybe, I don't know. Who knows what the world will look like in 2 years. Can't wait to read the books. Hey, Danny, how are you? That's who should have done the design, the logo. It should have been Danny and her eagle. Oh, Darla. Who's... Oh, shit, Frankie. So you're like the boss now. Okay. Okay, boss man. I see you. Leveling up over here. Chill. I missed you too, buddy. It's good to be back. Are you gonna get in line?
Waiting till the end.
Oh, okay. What if he has to leave and you don't get a picture?
So we're gonna do everyone.
Yeah, but what if he doesn't?
I think that would be silly. Not realistic.
Yeah, that's right, Maple. Woohoo! Nah, where is Brent? Brent?
Talk to him about my painting.
Okay.
So I wouldn't, it would be rude of me to like hop in line and be like talk to him for longer than so I'm just waiting my turn.
Right. Yeah, everyone will get their book signed. Of course, you too can get your copy. Forward, Notes on Our Democracy by Andrew Yang. Now please note, I do not get a referral if you use my referral link, but that would be cool if you did, huh? If I did, huh? It was actually $66 with taxes and fees. Yeah, this is such a long line.
So like my perspective is like
Oh yeah, Mark. Wait, where's Kai Watson? Kai Watson's here? Yo, where's Kai Watson? I'm gonna look for him. BRB. What'd you say, Patrick? I'm right here. Trip Yang is was Yang's. Trip Yang like worked on Yang's campaign in 2020 and then the mayor race.
I can get a picture with him? Can. That's me jumping on the start of Edmonds presidential race, man. And I was like, my friend was like, but I just want to make sure. Is it okay with you? Sorry to interrupt your thank you for having all that. That's the yeah, but like, I follow his video channel too, so this person, oh my gosh, so real.
Oh, it's all right, Patrick. This is so great because now everybody who came to this event, they can come to our channel and get the clip of them meeting Andrew Yang, and they'll have it for life. The hat's complete now. Darla, I'll get you a signed book. Yeah, when Andrew interacts with me, what he's really interacting with is you guys. I'm just the medium through which the interaction occurs through. Dude, 100 people is pretty good for just watching a line and handshaking. Yeah, Darla, you could have met Yang in New York. Is Blake here? I don't think Blake's here. I just went and talked to Brent. Yes, sir. Hello, Morris Day. Welcome to the show.
How are you?
Hey. Yeah, I didn't know you were here.
Yeah, I'm here for school.
Which school?
Studying American
Mr. Smarty Pants. Nice to meet you. You want to say anything to the stream?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. Everybody, this is the one and only at Blake L. Fox from Twitter, head of the Jewish Yang Gang. And he just wants to say a few words.
So yeah, just saw Andrew Yang, really cool. Talked to him about New York City mayor run, future of American politics from the Forward Party. Really cool book. Check it out wherever he's in your city next.
Amen. Dude, it's good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
He's going to school here. This line is still so long. It's like the town hall days. Town hall days from Iowa. Where it's just be like after every event, there's just all these people. The line still stretches all the way around to the back of the room. Dude, there's still so many people. I was surprised that there were so many people here. Like there was a full room. Like there was definitely a couple hundred people here tonight. A couple hundred people here to see Andrew Yang and learn about the message in his new book, Forward, Notes on the Future of Our Democracy by Andrew Yang. You can pre-order the book by going to the link in the description. It is not a referral link, so we will not make any money off it. But wouldn't that be cool if we did though? Would it be possible if we could say hello, Marianne? That would be fun. I don't know if she's still here. I think she is still here. Because someone she was sitting with who like looked to be with her group is still here. But I don't know where she is specifically. Yes, she was, Mark. But she's not there right now.
We were so involved in the protect the nation state, just like in the stage where
Let me know if I'm okay.
You're good. You know, interestingly, Darla was saying earlier to get a picture with Marianne, but I actually got a picture with Marianne in Iowa. So, haha.
I'm okay. I need a minute.
We were just wondering the same thing. Yeah, you did get one with Chuck Schumer, and you still haven't shown me. Yo, Pythonopia. You can never go wrong with a picture of you and your cat. I don't think I can beat that. Wait, you know this guy? What's his name? What's his first and last name, date of birth, and social security number, and credit cards? Could have been Python, could have been a small world, one of those small world moments. Ah, shit. Damn, Python. Ooh, secret messages whispering in the ears. What could it be? Dun 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 dun. I'd like to welcome in our audience, our worldwide audience, full of beautiful humans from around the world. Welcome here to Washington, D.C., the world's hive. Wait. Welcome to Washington, D.C., the world's premier wretched hive of scum and villainy, also known as the United States Congress. We are here and we are live. Oh, shit. That's true, Patrick. What is up, guys? Matt here from the Matt Skidmore Show, back at you with another video. Today we're going to talk about why Andrew Yang is the best candidate to take on Donald Trump in 2024. What? Just kidding.
Are they also trying to pay them?
I'm very calm. I'm not jumping like a crazy mom.
Okay.
Just standing here with family. I can't believe I finally got to meet, like, see him. Did you know my question was me? Did you hear me?
Yeah, nice.
You like that? Did you film that?
Yeah, did you get a good answer?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
Were you satisfied?
yeah.
Because if not, I can take care of problems for you.
Yeah. See, I wanted to talk to him, so I found something I knew that was important and that was true about it.
What are you going to say when you meet him?
I don't know yet.
So you're losing your spot in line.
Andrew and I are waiting till we're last because he's not gonna. Because we are yet royalty. We're gonna be at the end of the line.
Alright. Well, just don't take too long. See,
We
just
won't.
take a train back to New York.
Yeah. No, I just asked. I just Andrew. I said, Andrew, I want your.
Hey, I'm also Matt.
No, that's the
Oh, I thought you said, yes, I am Matt.
I know. I just know who you are in videos and stuff.
What's your name?
Harrison. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, man.
Hi, I'm Matt's mom.
Oh, you're Matt's
That's my
mom?
mom.
Oh,
Nice to meet
nice to meet you.
Yeah, I'm the mom. I'm the mysterious mom. I exist.
Yeah, I just watched some of your videos. You have so much stuff on your channel. It's a great place. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.
I have the book that I got here.
See, Mark knows what's up.
You can tell, yeah.
Do you know Mark Clock?
Yeah.
You do know Mark?
Yeah, of course.
Mark Clock?
He's
Photo guy?
He's messaged me many times
Okay,
on
cool.
Twitter.
He said Matt is on Suedo staff mode right now. Love it, LMAO, because he gets it. I'm like, Gang's got a train ride. He's got to sleep. He's
Right
gonna
now,
get tired.
no, I mean, yeah, I know. I mean, I'm just Andrew, your brother's using his new camera to get 2 pictures, and I just asked if we can get one with you, me, and Andrew, and Ken, because
Oh wow, okay.
because it's it's us.
Well, I think everyone here is important, equally important.
Yeah, well, you are too tonight, even if it's at the end. And I just want to look at him up front, like. So Andrew will take those. Andrew will take my Andrew. Your Andrew. My Andrew.
Who said Suedo? It's pseudo. Pseudo. Who said Suedo?
Can they hear you?
I said pseudo. You guys are just mishearing me.
Can they hear me? Hi, stream. This is Matt's mom. This is Ivy. How are you all tonight?
Mom, don't tell the internet your personal information.
But did I say anything?
Your first name. With that info, all it takes to get your credit card, your social security number, everything. All it takes is a first name.
Wow. Oh, somebody wrote hi. Mark did.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Someone said hi, Queen.
Hey, Mick Chick.
It's Michi.
Oh, well, Michi. Hey, Mark. Hi, Darla.
That's my grandson.
This is how you do it all, huh? So you got my question.
I get everything.
So then, can you do it like a solo of it and tweet my mom's question out?
You could tweet it out.
No, I don't know how. I'm not good at that. No one will care if I tweet it out.
No, I can retweet you.
But you have the footage. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can send it to you.
Oh no, you're good at. Nobody's as good as you are, where you can do a thing and you know.
There's so many people here. It's like biggest line ever. Stream doesn't mind though. They like this. This is their favorite type of content.
So I'm getting my book for Jacob.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
Is Jacob reading it too?
Well,
I didn't know he was into politics.
Well, he's got.
Can we just give it to Darla?
I think I need to give it to my son.
Jacob, he doesn't even read books. He doesn't even like politics. He wouldn't even know what half the shit means.
Well, we're all Skidmores or gang royalty. I only have.
That's a good point, Darla. Do you think everybody here is just like a paid actor? Oh my god. What if everybody here is just a paid actor? Mom, stop. Mom, I don't know why you want to have your face on the internet so bad. The internet is ruthless. Isn't that right, internet? Aren't you ruthless?
This is how you do this. So who else said hi to me? A lot of people said hi to me.
Yeah. All right.
Well, okay. So
thanks for visiting.
Who introduces me? You or me?
You can just introduce yourself.
Okay. Alright. Okay. I like it here.
The stream can hear you. They're still gonna hear you. It's not. It picks up everything. Nope. They're starting a hashtag. Hashtag free Ivy.
Hi, stream. You don't know how happy I am to be here tonight.
Hashtag free Ivy. They think I've taken you hostage.
They hear Yang's question, the question I asked Yang.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people just tuned in. Who knows?
I get to see my son in action, and I actually finally get to see Mr. Andrew Yang. I can't wait.
Great day.
All right. Well, I guess I'm just gonna go back to my seat, but I'll be back.
I don't know. Not my proposal. I'm not involved. It's all on Andrew.
No, I'm just saying that people like Laura and her husband and people like that, they're
That's terrible, Patrick. All right, I'll be back, stream.
So you got
Nah, no hecklers here, Mark. You're good. Steal the phone, that's evil. It may be if you yell loud enough, Mark. Oh wow, a wild Nell Nieves appears. This is a good time to just remind everybody not to vote for Curtis Lewa in the New York City mayor's race. He would make a terrible mayor, just an awful mayor, and nobody should vote for him. That's not to say you should vote for Eric Adams either. It's more to say that you definitely shouldn't vote for Curtis Lewa just because you're mad that Andrew Yang lost to Eric Adams. Dude, Wolf Blitzer is a robot, bro. Whoa, Nell, slow your roll. That is not humanity first. You need to reread the code of conduct and values. Hey, Brent. Yeah, Brent, I keep seeing you turning into the back of the room. You're Mr. Popular over there. What the fuck did you just say to me, Bobby? I've never used the F word in my life. Oh my god, how did who told Nightbot to say that? That was not me. Yo, it's Yang's book talk. So right now, he just had a speech earlier, answered some questions, did some Q&A. If you scroll back in the stream, you'll be able to find that content for your viewing.
Bye, Mr. Yang.
And in the meantime, we're just watching all these lovely folks get their picture taken and get their book signed and get to meet Andrew. Isn't it just wonderful? So that's what's going on. Nice high priest. It should be fun. It's like a Yang Gang reunion. I mean, there's so many people here. Like all like-minded people, focused on solutions and solving problems. I mean, where else would you want to be? Yes, it would, Mark. You can come over to my apartment after. Yo, who wants to hang out at my place tonight? Hit me up. We're gonna have a party. If I can find 3 people to hang out with, we'll have a party and we'll stream it. That'd be fun. I can't handle this mask anymore, I'm sorry. I am vaccinated though. Everyone here is, oh my god. Alright, we got Brent and Blake, who else? Oh no! That did not sound good. Wait, Kai's here? Where's Kai? Oh, hi. Brent's telling us he's in line. I'm watching him as he's in line, but he's not looking back to me. Oh, there he is. Hi. There he is. Hey Matt, do you know what other cities Andrew is going to be in for the book?
Boston.
Boston. I don't know the full list.
Philadelphia on Monday.
Philadelphia on Monday. I don't know the exact schedule, but I know if you go to like andrewyang.com, you can find it out, or on like the forwardparty.com website.
It's on his Twitter page.
It's also on his Twitter page. So if you need to find that Andrew Yang event, he's also going to be in Des Moines at the end of the month. Yes, now. Mother is here.
I know. How are you? I am here.
Yes, andrewyang.com. Just type that on in. You'll get the schedule.
Or at Ivy True to You. I know his schedule too.
Are you trying to get like internet stalkers?
No.
High Priest says New York City, Dilly. Did I say Dilly? New York City, DC, which we're in DC right now. Philly, Chicago, Atlanta, Denver, San Francisco, Irvine, and Des Moines. So sorry if your city is not on that list. I do apologize. But this is where the tour is starting out. I'm sure there will be more and more cities added every single day. I said Boston, did I? I know, right, Darla? Darla, I was thinking the same thing. Of all places, why Irvine? Why not, like, Sonora? Or wherever it is that you live. Joe, I got no clue, brain bimbo. We'll go back to normal once you realize that your behavior lately hasn't been the best and you apologize, like a real apology.
Do you talk to Darla?
No.
Oh.
This is I have 6 foot of space. 6 foot social distancing.
No, well, that's bad.
That's not 6 foot. That's 3 feet.
Look at my fingers.
No, that's social distancing.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't know how. No, he's not now. There's no way. Andrew's just not even gonna. Andrew's gonna do what he normally does. He's not gonna vote. I agree. $1,000 says Yang won't vote. Me a jerk? What? No. I've never been a jerk before. Me? Never. This is not 6 feet. What? Yo, what is up, Loose Sanity? Mandeep, I've missed you, buddy. How are you, Mandeep? I am doing well. I was doing good, and now I'm doing great because I'm on stream with all of you guys. The heart and soul of the Yang Gang. The viewers of the Zach and Matt show. Or actually, I guess it's just Matt Skidmore show now. I see Brent in line. About to get his big money. Yes, sir, Joseph. We will get that done. No. Why would I platform a clown like Sliwa? I have better things to do. Like, I could twiddle my thumbs, I'd probably get more out of it. Twiddle my thumbs for 2 hours, probably be a better use of my time than talking to Curtis, Grifter, Sliwa. You know, it's funny. All the people who hate Andrew Yang call him a grifter, but the real grifter is Curtis Sliwa. Oh shit, Mark. It looks like Andrew Yang's not the only one selling a book. It looks like Mark Clock coming out with his upcoming picture book. You can pre-order it now through Mark's website at markclock.com. Of course, we're beefing over Sliwa. Yo, Bobby, remember when we got into that big argument on Twitter, but then we got over it, like me and you, like the next day? I don't hold grudges, bro. I really don't. But I can't get constantly gaslit about my position on Sliwa. Matt, no. No, he doesn't. Sorry, Nell, I'm a closed-minded partisan. I'm a Democrat lover. Yeah. Yeah, sure. What's your name?
I'm from Maryland. Some of the work you did, and so. Okay, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Yo, Patrick. I was hoping, because Patrick, you just act so immature in the chat. Like, Patrick, you were literally like spreading like Islamophobia in my chat. Thanks for reminding me. You should be banned. Hey, Guyzea, or one of the mods, could you ban Patrick Dunn? Bro, if you're like typing into the chat like random if it's not Islamophobia, it's like mocking like someone else's culture. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Oh.
Yeah. So if you want to find yourself meeting Andrew Yang, just search like Andrew Yang, Washington D.C. and then you'll see yourself.
Gene, get out of my face. Wait, you're in this one. I'll send it to you.
Oh, hold up. This is Brent. Here, we gotta get a good view. Here we go. And 1 second here. Oh, what's going on? Oh, and action. All right, tell us, what was your reaction to meeting the one and only Andrew Yang?
It was very exciting. He's
I didn't even hear what he said. But I heard my name. Wait, what did he say? Oh, something about too kind. Huh? Got the sign next time I'm in New York. Yep. Brent made a bunch of new friends. He doesn't need any anymore.
I got you new fans and new subscribers. They knew who you were, but they were like, oh my god, is that the two people with the cartoon? I'm like, yeah, but this is Matt.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're gonna subscribe to your channel, and
alright, thanks.
that everything you want to know about Yang is on his channel. And
Alright.
you know, I'm a marketing major, right? So
Oh, I didn't know that.
I can advertise. You didn't know that? My undergrad?
I thought you were education.
I was. That's my master's degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the line still long? It looks like we are down to about 15, maybe 20 people.
And then this gets
Still moving through the line. And then the special people, apparently.
And do not remove your tripod. Alright, I'll go back.
Alright, man. It's a pleasure to meet you. Stream some.
I'll see you around. Hey, drive safe.
It's Matt, right?
Yeah.
I was just told that you've been here since the beginning, so
I think
kudos to you,
not
man.
quite the beginning, but yeah, like I started following Andrew like 2.5 years ago. So I thought he was a super cool message.
Yeah.
So now now I go around and film his stuff.
Cool. Well, I hope to see you around because I'm a big supporter. You know, it's my first time coming to any kind of political event. My name's Nathan, by the way.
Awesome, Matt. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I remember my first time coming to a Yang event. It was like in Philly 2 years ago. That was also my first political event, and I remember just being like blown away. I was like, "What is all this energy?" Like,
I know,
what's
it's
going on?
amazing. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't quite expecting the intimacy and the kind of focused nature of the energy.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be out there. I thought it would be a little kind of he shows up and he goes back.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's really cool. It's a real deal.
Yeah, and you got the signed book.
Signed book. I got a pick. But you know, it's just cool to be here.
Yeah.
Cool to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hope to see you around.
You as well. What's up? Right now, 66. So that's pretty good for a selfie line that's been going for like an hour now.
Yeah, you would notice that, but
Yeah.
Alright, just kind of curious. It's like, that's good.
Yeah. You know, you never know.
I already saw that some people were already tweeting out that Marianne.
What were they tweeting?
They were already putting out that Marianne. I'm actually one of them all the time. What do you know? Stay away. Is that the Libertarian Party guy?
No, he's a Washington Post reporter.
Oh, okay. Just back here.
That's a good line. Yeah. I didn't know he was there. Yeah, he's on. Worked with Washington Post.
Okay, I'm not very familiar. Maybe I should. I actually know Olga because I'm Linux because I know her. Kind of trying to see if they could like maybe have a circle because she's pretty. I figured she would have been a good fit for interviewing him because her love talks about weird things. You know, literally. Who is this? She writes for the Xanax.
Okay.
And he already. I know that I finally retweeted her back. I was like, I don't know what her opinion is.
I think Yang likes it.
Oh, yeah. He basically expressed a decent feelings.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Because I was going to go talk to her at work during MVP was.
Did you find Marianne?
No, she's gone. She looks like quick play. I don't know. She's hard to catch.
Just Wendy about how.
I'll see if I can find another appearance of her. She'll be around.
She's not going anywhere. I was so surprised she was here. I was like, yeah, I was like, what? Marianne? I was like, time out. Sure. Yeah, and you got to see Marianne Williamson. I know. For the first political event.
It's a double whammy. I mean, it's kind of like, I can understand a bunch of people being like, oh my god, like, oh, you're doing celebrity cameo. You know, that's what, compare it to making it as boring as possible. It's just like, come on, just live a little bit here, guys.
Andrew put her on the spot. She didn't answer.
She did it because she cares. And I think you kind of do that.
No. But before, when you got here, were you playing?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I gave you. You were at Wendy's about that, right? Because my wife was like, they're already talking. I'm like, wait, what? I'm trying to get over here.
Yeah. No, that was Reverend Wendy. She had her own thing. That was like, there was like 10 people there. Yeah. And here there's like,
I lost Reverend Wendy. She's so important and she's so gal idea.
She's one of my favorite people to listen to, like, listen to her speak. She's like so,
you guys understand the kind of like leap you have to take here? Like, these are key things. Like, that's kind of hard. Like, and she's still with
all your friends who are, having to work in all these different places, they think you're crazy.
No, this could be like Andrew Yang. Who's this guy? Looks like left.
My dad's a Republican. My dad was rooting for the primary, and so it was I thought my dad would get a kick out of it if I got his shout out.
I've seen you at a couple of events.
Oh yeah, I forget your name.
Devin. I was hoping to get him on the ballot before.
Oh, which state are you in?
I'm in Virginia.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why.
I was also at one of the big parties.
Oh yeah. Right, well, maybe this will give us some energy to get together.
I'm not a passive. Let's see what happens, guys. I do what I can. What else would I do for like $12,000? That's another story. It's very active. We're trying to do what it takes to earn that $12,000 for me. It's nothing. That's all I'm trying to say. For me, it's about energy. That's it. Like, it takes nothing so much energy to force you to get even though you like explain, wow, it's not that you just take $100 million out because he has a full year. He explained it. And that's the thing in the first does. The whole yeah, he could get sued by the whole world if he does that. Because too many people have that gas. It's really the truth. Well, Bezos wants to have Amazon stock. So, I mean, he's obligated to have stock. He's also obligated to hold some stock too. Like Tesla, for example, if you don't have personal wealth, you literally could be sued by your
Yo, which mod you talking about? Because you're talking about Patrick. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you can do what you want the process, like what yours can do. That doesn't I've done nothing but work for the people that I volunteer for. Yeah. Like each vote mattered so much. So I was thinking of going myself. Yeah, I mean, so that's why I don't know if one of you can help me to do something. How
are you? You're trying to go. Well, if it makes you feel better, I don't think it would have mattered.
Again, for me.
Maybe you would have got 3%.
I'm just saying, for me, so it hasn't been necessarily about the political part. I mean, it matters too. But for me, it's like, okay, if this is the last straw for everything, I'm not going to say, yeah, I just sat down.
Right. But it's much better when you feel like you contributed.
It's not about the participation trophy for me as much as like I get. That's
right.
Professional
for like?
Well, now, very often I'll throw things I did 10 years ago. I won't throw it at people, but I'll cite it as like, hey, I've been doing this 10 years. Like, if somebody acts like I'm an idiot, I'm like, well, a real self, I put my money where my mouth, I put my time where my mouth is. You know, like, it just shows that you were willing to put some skin in the game, you know.
It's very different for like the big organized campaigns too. Like a friend of mine actually was helping out with Hillary's campaign, unfortunately. On the text line, way back years ago. Way back. He was working on the databases just for the voter registration system and the donor system. Like, I got some discussion. He's quick. He's hanging. Somebody forgot their phone. Yeah, we can get you on your side. Oh, it's nice.
Like, it's not really well, we're going to do the line, not
So you don't like sleep?
Oh no.
This is a match of Zach and Andrew. Actually, that's not. That's just the truth.
He's kind of throwing it close. You have to do really good. Because you have to do like 1 or 2 minutes. Is there any screenshots? It doesn't Wonderful lady out in California. Thank you so much. Thank you.
It was nice to meet
I don't know. I think she's online. Yeah. Well, I would have to use it on Facebook. That's a perfect. The reason why I have
Hey Lucas, how are ya? Long time no see. I think we have both of our New York photographers in the chat. Look at this. It's a real reunion. We got Julian, we got Mark, we got Lucas, we got Andrew, we have me.
Slightly anxious.
No, don't worry.
Eager, anxious, and nervous.
Don't worry, he's a really normal guy. Just remember, he's got to make a train back to New York. I think so.
Are you
It's crazy. Probably got somewhere to be tomorrow. Could you help?
I'm so sorry, man.
Alright, I found you.
You need me to take a photo?
It's actually, that would be awesome, actually.
Just want to make sure I come and shake your hand as well. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Please, jump in. Hi. Come on over. Nice to meet you. I joined the line. I might take off my mask if that's okay.
Take care of us.
Yes,
What do you
of
take a
course.
picture?
Me?
No, this guy.
What was your name? Ray Long. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'll jump in a second.
Oh. Are you going to share them somewhere?
Yeah, they'll be on the website. And some of them will go to Getty Images.
Oh, is that the website has a hyphen in it?
Yeah, .com.
On-site photos.
I don't have any cards, sorry.
Alright,
We'll take a video of me.
let me just make a note of it.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're more important than me.
No. Everybody's equally important.
Appreciate it.
No. That's just how life is.
Wife's taking pictures. I'll take a look. You got it? I'll take a look at them later.
Okay.
Well, how long does it take to upload them? I'll be honest too. One second. Did you do a lot of events? You should have tried to shake everybody down for their email. So I know that you can send them back.
I'm taking off.
Telling you Connolly's already nervous.
Can I hug you? We are all.
I'm meeting Ivy Skidmore.
Okay, can we get my I'm gonna get my son get one though. Oh wait.
Want to get up in here? Matt? This family's next level.
Andrew, I'm Andrew. The whole family together. Get the whole family together.
I gotta say, this family, nothing can stop this family.
One more on my phone?
I just knocked something over. I'm just grateful that you are.
You are the Andrew, can you just take my solo, my one shot with Andrew from your camera?
Didn't I do? I got one more on my phone right here. Awesome. Looks great.
A little bit of a spill, be careful.
Where'd my phone go?
Someone said, I didn't know Matt had a twin. It's hilarious.
Someone said that?
Yeah. It's my older brother.
I'm always behind the scenes.
Yes, it was, Doctor.
It wasn't for him. Matt couldn't do it. So
This is all you, Ivy. I'm so grateful.
oh wait, I have one more book because I have a Jacob. I got one book as a courtesy copy.
You mind if I take a selfie before I go? Because I forgot to see your book.
Oh no, where's my other book? Oh,
I'm gonna ask for that. Oh, you want to take it? All right.
spilled water on it.
Yeah, sorry.
The one that's still water, I'll take.
Okay, which one has the one that I got mailed to me? There's one that I got mailed to me
Thanks again.
in the mail.
Will I be able to get
It
a
has
picture from
the
you?
insert. Can I? Oh, I don't want to lose that.
I have a question I want to run by you about this painting.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Would you be interested in turning it into a limited edition print and then donating profits to charitable things?
Yes.
Really?
Thank you.
Here, I was working on it right before we came, but here's what we got so far. Thank you. There's some funny responses that. Oh, thank you.
I've got Ivy, I've got Matt. So far.
This is from Jacob, my third son that just turned 16.
You got it.
This is the courtesy copy I got. So his name's Jacob, Jacob.
But he's not very into politics.
Well, he will be.
Yeah, after he reads the book.
There you go for Jacob. I can't believe you have another one in the pipeline.
And then there's Matt looks just like his dad.
Sorry, can
Let's see the shot.
Took a picture of my fiance.
I got it.
Who got the shot with the three of us?
He got it.
On your
It's on my phone.
Yeah, he got it. Looks great.
I did it.
How did I end up with three spots? Which one's yours?
Well, stream.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was a real pleasure having you with us this evening here in Washington, D.C. at the Yang Show. So glad you all got to tune in. What a night. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Jason says he won't be missed because he's always here. Oh wait, hold up. My family's interacting. Hold up, let me film it.
5 stars on Yelp. Please have a safe trip home.
All right, stream.
You're the live stream guy, right?
Yes, sir.
What's your name? I'm sorry.
Matt.
I think I was following you when the mayoral race was happening.
Okay. What's your name?
David.
Nice to meet you.
What's your last name?
Skidmore.
Skidmore. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. If you search like Zach and Matt show on Twitter, you'll find me.
I'll find you.
Yeah.
This is also so DC, but here.
Yeah.
We did it.
Thank you.
We're making a limited edition print.
If you wanna, did you go up and like meet Andrew?
Yeah.
I have the clip and everything on my channel. So if you wanted to like,
I could see myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know. Oh, this was me meeting Andrew Yang.
Can you edit the footage so I look better?
I'm not that good.
You go, Andrew. Thank you, sir.
If you're not forward, you're back.
Goodbye.
Back.
Goodbye, Andrew Yang. All right, team. That's the end of the stream. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
We have a print coming. Our limited edition print is coming for my friend.
And that's the end of the stream.